Today, I want to share my number one favorite connection exercise, which I recommend to all couples. It's super simple, and I want to share it because it has had a huge impact in our relationship. So it is as easy as just sitting down and talking to each other. And I know this sounds like super basic, super silly now, that of course we talk to each other. We talk to each other all the time. But this is more, you've set the intention, you've set off time to actually sit down and talk to each other without any distractions at all. So we started doing this as part of our morning routine about a year ago, and it immediately just felt like we felt so much more connected, so much closer, and just more in love. And we got just to know each other better, I think, as well. So this spring we were super busy. We didn't have like this connection exercise, it's just talking, but it got set aside because we were super busy. We were moving to the opposite side of the planet, so we were emptying our apartment, we were visiting family for a whole month. And even though we spent like almost every day, all day together, we didn't have that time together in the morning where we just connect without any distractions, and it was just the two of us. So when we got to Borneo, everything was supposed to be amazing. Like everything was new. It was the start of the adventure. And then I felt like the relationship wasn't really what it used to be. Like I felt a bit disconnected. I didn't feel as in love. Like I still loved him, but I didn't have that, intense feeling of being in love. So in the past, this would have completely stirred up my emotions and my mind, like, okay, maybe we should just break up. Like that would have been my solution. But now instead I told him, I was like, there's something about our relationship that doesn't really feel as it used to. It's not as strong as it used to be. And I don't have that like strong in love feeling. It just feels a bit off. And Matt completely agreed, and we started talking about what we could do to change that, because obviously that's not how we want to feel at all. So this morning routine was the first thing that came to mind, like, okay, we have to start sitting down together in the morning again. We have to prioritize that. And even the first day when we did turned out completely different. Like I just felt different in my whole body and like everything. And that's the thing, like you don't talk about anything, like you don't have to talk about connection stuff and things like that. You just sit down. You don't have breakfast. You don't like have your phone around. You don't have the TV on. You don't have any music on. It's just the two of you. And you just talk about whatever comes to your mind. So we usually talk about what we're excited about, if something is worrying us, if something is on our mind, things like that. Just kind of sharing what's on our mind. And it really helps to build that kind of connection and just slow down. And I think this is especially important for couples who see each other often, who see each other every day, who spend a lot of time together. Because when we do that, we kind of get used to each other, we have each other around all the time. Whereas if you're in a distance relationship, if you don't live together, when you see each other, you're more present, you're more there, and you're more like, just with your partner. Whereas for us, we spend all day, every day together now. And even though we're in the same room or in the same house, that doesn't mean that we're together. So taking this time really sets the tone for the day and just creates a very good feeling. And this connection time is time on top of all the other time you spend together. So for us, for example, we spend a lot of time together, obviously, and we have all our meals together, we do other stuff together, but this connection time is like, it's just different. So for example, we have breakfast and we sit and talk, and then we're like, okay, let's go and sit and talk. to have our connection time. So it's not so much about, you know, what you do together. Like that doesn't count as, okay, now we already spent time together, so we don't have to do this connection time. At least that's not how it works for me at all. So this connection time is something completely separate. And sometimes when we have super busy days, this time gets set aside and I immediately feel it, like something is different. And if you've never had this connection, if you've never done this, you won't notice any difference. But for me, who is so used to having this connection time every morning, when I don't have it, the day is just slightly different. And if it goes like 2 or 3 days without us doing this, we're both like, okay, now we're really getting disconnected from each other, so we have to just prioritize that time again. And with disconnected, I don't mean that we're not fighting, we're not like withdrawing. Everything is normal, like we're in love, we kiss and hug and all that stuff, but it's just different. I can't explain it, but it's just so different. So taking this time in the morning is so crucial for us. But before we started this habit, nothing was particularly off. Everything was fine, but we didn't know what we know now. It's just such a difference. So if you haven't tried this, give it a try and you see how you go. I'm sure you will love it. And if you give it a week and then you stop, you will probably feel different and you will want to continue doing it. So it doesn't take a lot of time. Give it maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you have. It's not like this huge deal. You just sit down and share what's on your mind. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear how you go. Also feel free to subscribe to our channel if you want to get updates whenever we release something new. And yeah, have a beautiful, beautiful day and I will speak to you soon.